A lot of sales pitches for a lot of alternative cures out there and treatments and things like that. I just got to tell you that sometimes some of the oldest stuff around is some of the best. And, the ancients weren't stupid, okay? When something's been around for thousands of years, it's there's something to it. It may not be the big cure-all. It may not be the big panacea that stops whatever problem you have, whatever the hell it is, but it can be good. Now, I'm going to talk about garlic, but actually more about aged garlic. Aged garlic is a little bit different, where it doesn't have these associated problems with the odor and some of the digestive problems people have with garlic, or they don't like the taste. Now, I'm not doing a commercial here, but I know I've got this product a lot. It's Kyolic Garlic. It's a brand that's very high quality. It's aged garlic. And they have a lot of different formulas they have for cardiovascular support, cholesterol support, digestive, immune support, whatever. They got different formulas out there. Or you could just buy plain aged garlic. But garlic has been around. Aged garlic has not been around per se, like some of the just regular garlic maybe you're talking about. But garlic as just plain raw garlic. Now some people have problems with that, but aged garlic you won't have a problem. But just even raw garlic has been around for thousands of years as a medicinal type of treatment. It's been around. We talk about the elitists today having the special treatments and things and cures that the common people don't have. Well, garlic is one of the ones out there that it is very powerful. But like I said, aged garlic works just as good as raw garlic without the associated problems. That's the thing. In other words, a lot of times people don't like garlic because they have garlic breath, they have garlic odor, they have indigestion or whatever, but aged garlic works just as well as raw garlic without any associated problems. And, this is a vendor I trust. I mean, I'm not selling for him, but I trust these guys, okay? I don't actually have any more of it left. I have to get some more. Actually, I have great value Walmart brand powdered garlic, and I use it in association. I put it on raw vegetables with balsamic vinegar dressing, and that's one of my favorite snacks. But garlic has been around for medicinal purposes for at least 5,000 years. The Romans and the Greeks have been using it. The Greeks elite have been using it. Okay, which tells you something. People weren't stupid back then. They used to use it to cure colds, heal wounds, antibacterial, prevent colds, digestive problems, all kinds of different things. Actually, in recent years, even in World War II, when doctors did not have access to all the antibiotics they needed, they used garlic. Now, you notice I'm wearing something on my wrist here. I'm going to get into this because there's been one famous alternative proponent around there that says garlic is very, very bad for you. And this guy's name is Robert C. Beck, Robert C. Beck, Doctor of the Science. And he came out with a blood electrifier. Now, it may be bad for you in association with using blood electrification. That may be correct. But I'm using one right now, and I have taken garlic, but I have it set on the 40 hertz setting, which does not cause nutrients to be absorbed into the blood too quickly. In other words, if you set it down to 4 hertz, you can see the light is maybe flashing like that. That's the standard Bob Beck electrifier. I know I'm losing people on this. I'll put some links in the bottom, maybe some other videos I did on explaining this. But that might be one area not to take a lot of, time to take a lot of herbs or medicines or even garlic. But, if you have it, there's 10. But, the guy that makes this, he's, I don't know if he sells to Americans, but he sells to the rest of the world. And I'm just pointing this out because the guy that is one of the big famous alternative medicine proponents tells you avoid garlic, avoid garlic, avoid garlic. He's the guy that developed this microbe electrifier. But if you set it on 40 hertz, the problem of absorbing nutrients in the body too fast is avoided. So that's the theory anyway. But anyway, a lot of research has been done on garlic. So the research goes back thousands of years. I'm going to tell you right now because I had to mention that because, I'm not too keen on everything Bob Beck says. But I know he's like one of the ones out there that's famous in the alternative health world that tells you garlic should be avoided at all costs. But then again, go back 5,000 years. They've been using this stuff for thousands and thousands of years. So who do you trust? Who do you trust? But I'm saying if you want to use it may be because he's talking about his blood electrification device in conjunction with garlic. But if it's set on 40 hertz, instead of 4 hertz or 3.9 hertz, actually, that's what it is when it flashes like that, you don't have that transfection problem. I know maybe I'm losing people on it, but people in the know, that's one caveat I had to bring up. But anyway, doctors also in Europe and Russia and Eastern Europe and even the German doctors in World War II, they used to treat wounds with garlic because of drugs were scarce. They had it, it's a poison in some ways, but in other ways it's an antiseptic. So, the doctor knew how to use it correctly, and they used it to, treat people of wounds, even in modern times. It's been known. Also, research they know that it has an antibacterial called allicin, allicin. It's the compound which actually makes the smell of garlic that give it that strong odor, but actually that strong odor smell is the thing that actually is the anti-microbial. But the thing with garlic, though, is if you take garlic, you don't have the problem where it kills the good flora in the intestine like the good bacteria. It doesn't destroy it. It's only bad for the bad bacteria. That's another thing. But I also do want to recommend, because a lot of people can't stand taking plain garlic or raw garlic. If you take the aged garlic, and these guys make some quality stuff, I think they're a Japanese manufacturer, you're not going to have any problem with indigestion, garlic breath, and it's still going to give you the same type of super powerful antiseptic qualities that raw garlic would has. And there's a big science behind this going back. You can say it's maybe not the brand new medical science, but doctors going back thousands of years have been prescribing garlic for loads of ailments. Now in China, it's a little more accepted that garlic is used for healing. Chinese doctors say that the garlic oil extract, they've been using it in more high-tech type things. They're given it intravenously for bone marrow transplants in patients. And they said it was more successful in preventing certain types of pneumonia than giving them the conventional drug regimen. So the Chinese are actually using this for more high-tech things. Also, garlic extract has been used in a combination of other things to basically combat, immune problems, digestive problems, cardiovascular problems. And actually, again, this manufacturer here has a whole host of products. It sounds like a commercial, but I believe in their products. They actually have good products. I ran out. I got to get some more. I usually get their stuff from Swanson Vitamins. I usually do. That's usually where I get it from. I think they got the best price. Anyway, it's a little bit discounted. But I also take raw garlic. A lot of people are ignoring this because it's almost like you got to look at the latest, greatest, and what's the newest thing, and this is revolutionary, and they forget about some of the old stuff that's been around. Another thing is you can also mix garlic with honey. Honey is a powerful, powerful antiseptic, but a lot of times, some people can't stand the taste of garlic. If you mix garlic with honey, it tastes a lot better. But then again, you could take the aged garlic pills, and you never, ever, have a problem. You see, garlic pills are weaker than raw garlic, but aged garlic is strong. These guys make some good stuff. It's just as good as any raw garlic out there, yet it doesn't have the aftertaste or any of the problems. and it's very, very powerful. So it does not cause the bad breath or the the body odor or anything like that. So, and it doesn't. The other thing is, aged garlic. They showed this with animal studies. It does not cause any problems of toxicity, even after long periods of time, even to high doses of aged garlic. Aged garlic. So, like, I have to say this because I guess one famous guy out there that talked about garlic, it's toxic, it's poison, and he's the guy that developed the blood electrifier. Now, this is not Bob Beck's exact device. This is actually an improved one. It's a much better one. It's made by Bioelectric, by somebody down. He was a former American, a former Texan. He's down in South America, but I don't know if you could buy this in the United States, but you could buy it if you're in the UK, Canada, or anywhere in the world. Japan, Israel, Australia, whatever, China, Russia. You could buy this, but he might not sell it to the United States, but unless you're buying it for your dog. Maybe that's the only way you can get around it, I guess, if you tell them, I need this for my dog or my cat. But anyway, Bob Beck said it was a poison. But the thing is, there's raw garlic, which is very powerful, and then there's garlic pills, which are not as powerful. But aged garlic pills are just as powerful as raw garlic, and they don't build up the toxicity. That's the thing. I should emphasize that. So you have all the benefits of the raw garlic, that works against microbes. It helps this. There's a million things it helps with, actually. It does not, unlike antibiotics that destroys the good bioflora in the stomach, which you need, it does not hurt that. It only hurts the bad stuff. And aged garlic, you could take for long periods of time, and all these studies they did with animals, I don't have the studies in front of me, but it's like per everything I've read in the past, that animal studies, toxicity studies, show that very high doses of aged garlic over a long period of time do not cause toxicity in the body. So that, there's two different animals there, basically. There's aged garlic and there's raw garlic, and they both work just as good, but one has side effects and the other doesn't. And these guys make some really high quality aged garlic. I think they're a Japanese manufacturer, to tell you the truth. They're very high quality. I like them. I'm not selling for them. There's no advertisement other than just my personal endorsement. And I've used their products before. And if you're using a blood electrifier, and Bob Beck says, don't take any garlic when you're using blood electrification. If you use the blood electrifier that's set on 40 hertz, you're not going to have the problem. You're not going to have the problem with over-absorption of something that'll make it a multiplier. Now, maybe I'm losing people on that, but that's where some of the toxicity comes into play. And maybe I should point to a link on explaining transfection in this blood electrifier. But, some people in the alternative world avoid garlic probably because of a lot of stuff that Bob Beck said against it, and I think Bob Beck was wrong, okay? And maybe he was right about raw garlic, but that does not apply to aged garlic. Aged garlic is just as good. Pills are, and also, like I said, garlic pills are all not equal. There's garlic pills are weaker than regular garlic that's raw. But high-quality aged garlic pills are as good as the raw garlic without the side effects like these guys here. So, I don't know. It's my personal endorsement. I think these guys make a freaking good product. I'm sorry. I'm not really trying to sell for them. I'm not freaking getting any kickbacks on this or nothing. It's just my opinion on it. But just leaves a little common sense. Garlic has been around for 5,000 freaking years as something that doctors in the Roman times and the Greek times, and even in recent times in World War II, when they ran out of medicines, they were using on people to fight infections. Tell me it's not powerful. So, I have to take a little jab here because, this is like, you don't need to have the, a special elite treatment that costs you a gazillion dollars for a lot of things to have good health. Nutrition can make your body much more healthier, and you can feel a lot better. You can feel a lot more alert, and you have a lot less problems and develop a lot less disease by having good, solid nutrition. So, look for the wisdom of the ages going back thousands of years. And many times, some of the simplest things out there are the best and are the most cost effective going. That's a fact. That's what I look at. Simplicity, proven thousands of years. And the Chinese are using this even in new novel ways today in lieu of other drugs, conventional drugs. They're using garlic and other ways to fight problems that they would use high dollar drugs in the Western medicine. And I tell you the truth, I respect the Chinese greatly. I don't have any respect for the corrupt elitist government, but the Chinese as a whole, I respect them greatly. I think it's a great culture. And Chinese are endorsing garlic. Chinese doctors and practitioners. So, but the point is, it's low cost as anything, isn't it? It's not some big dollar, high dollar. You don't need to fly over to another country to get special treatments. If you want to take good care of your health, aged garlic. And these guys have all different types of formulas for whatever specific thing addresses you, besides having just plain aged garlic. So I like their products, to tell you the truth. I've researched them very well. They're a very high quality company.